I'm not clapping.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
You're not in shot.
I am in
You're
shot.
barely in shot. So, yeah. You stay there for the next 4 hours. Stay there. Don't move. Push well. Oh, the mower. That's a shame. That's bad timing, isn't it?
So what does push-pull health do, Ben?
Push your health. The hands seem to have a mind of their own at the moment. The last episode, I just kept giving you the thumbs.
Okay, so push-pull health. What does push-pull health do, Ben?
Thumbs down. Not there. There. You tell me. You should know by now. This is episode what?
12.
What episode is this?
12.
No, I think it might be 11.
That doesn't make sense.
Why
I
doesn't
feel
it?
like I've been doing this a fucking lifetime.
Still 89 or 88 episodes to go.
God.
So
Right, what does...
strap in, Missy. I'm doing it.
How are things?
No, honestly, I'm not. That wasn't even for effect. That wasn't for the camera. I've obviously got an issue with my thumbs.
Oh, right, okay. Just like you were having a stroke yesterday.
Push your health. Push your health. Please explain.
So where you're pushing people's health from the pulls of life.
Correct.
Ben,
Yeah, good.
and they're coming over to the push-pull health private studio.
They are. Yeah. Yeah.
Or online, whatever works for you.
Online. Well, this is what the podcast is for. This is what the YouTube is for. It's for the online. It's to launch the app. The Push Pull Health app. I am itchy for some reason.
Oh my God.
You should have seen me during the sleep episode. Every 5 seconds.
Take an anti-fucking histamine.
Something. Every it was either this or this.
You do that all the time, Ben.
Why?
Every single time. Because you're a pain in the arse.
Oh, it's the stress.
Right, go on. Anyways, what are we shouting on about?
The app. Yep.
Oh, right.
Get on the app. Get on the app. Link in the bio. In the YouTube bio, in the podcast, wherever you're seeing this, wherever you're watching it or listening, there is an app. And you need to get on it. Get on it. Get on it now. Get on it.
Have to sign up for a membership
Please.
to get on the app.
Get on it early. I touched upon this in, I don't know, maybe the sleep episode. Go on it early. Be one of these early adopters of someone's product. What are they called? What are they called, these people? There's a name, there's a term for them. Oh, there we go.
I don't know.
There's a term. People that go on, the people that, something new, something gets launched.
Guinea pigs.
Yes, but a better term than that.
Guinea pigs will do me.
I'm pretty sure it's in Malcolm Gladwell's book.
Oh, I've read that, yeah.
Which one?
The second one.
No, because he's got one, he talks about mavens, which are people that, I believe, like spread the message. So they're the ones that are like, oh, Push Pull Health. You must go to Push Pull Health. But there's maybe it is Maven. Early adopters of something.
Okay.
It's in one of his books.
Interesting.
Can't remember which one. It's not Outliers. It's not Blink. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Google it quickly while I introduce the episode.
No.
If you just Google Malcolm Gladwell, just quickly because it'll annoy me. Okay, so we're doing, so get on the app. Get on the app. Early adopters. Get on it. Do it. You won't regret it.
See.
Do I need to explain what's on the app?
Well, probably. I don't
think I ever explained what's on the app, do I?
Yeah, well, I said it, but it's probably better coming from your mouth because...
Training. Lots of different types of training. At home, in the gym, if you go to a gym.
Resistance training.
Strength training, yeah. Lifting weights, yeah. Oh, yeah, and this links in.
Band shit. TRX.
Lots of... If you're at home,
Variations.
dumbbells, just body weight. If you want to just do body weight, no equipment, no problem. We've got programs on the Push Pull Health app for that. If you've got some dumbbells, you've got some resistant bands, a TRX, excellent. At the gym, if you want to go to the gym, you're catered for on the app. Nutrition, recipes, got the recipes. They're on there. Snacks. There's so many things on there. Just come give it a go. Come have a look at it. It will guarantee, and I've seen plenty of these apps now. I've seen them. See, a lot of coaches probably what they don't do is they don't look at what everyone else is doing. I do. Thumbs there again. I'm looking at all of them. So I'm getting a pretty good idea about what people have got on these apps. And that they vary in quality dramatically. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, the app. Let's get to the episode. That wasn't too much waffle, was it? Because that was linked in with the Push Your Health brand.
That was very good,
That
Ben.
wasn't woes.
Nope,
that wasn't
was
woes.
very good, Ben.
The woes are now at the end of the episodes.
I had a stirring conversation with Ben a few times about his woes. So he's adapting.
I feel like something's missing. I feel like something's not on. This all seems a little bit too casual
Camera
for my
on,
liking.
Recording.
Okay, fine.
That's all we need, Ben.
So the woes, if you've come for the
No,
woes,
you said you weren't doing
if
the
you've
woes.
come for the woes, because some of you might have come for the woes, and I keep telling Fiona that you're not all just here for the health and the fitness and the rambles and the life coaching. You might be just here for the woes because they might link in with your own life. They will now be shunted to the back, to the end of the episode, unfortunately, which is a shame. But if you're here for the health and fitness and to have your health pushed, push your health. That comes first.
It's all about priorities, Ben. Pushing people's health from the pulse of life is the main priority.
It's
your
about,
woes
it's about
is
them.
not your priority.
It's about them,
Exactly.
not me.
Exactly.
I still maintain the narcissistic health ramblings may help people.
Well,
I maintain it.
Can you please speed up the process because I want to talk about my vagina candle.
That was unexpected.
What's it?
That's a shame. That really brings the tone down, doesn't it?
Oh, okay.
That's a real shame.
Well, it's not actually my vagina candle, but
Let's get to the topic
yes.
and let's see how that somehow gets its way in.
Okay.
Ozempic.
Oh,
The new weight loss drug.
the miracle weight loss drug.
Well, we've had that before. We've had that before, actually. Oh no, I've forgotten the name of the other weight loss drug. Well, there's been quite a few over the years. Fen, I believe, was in the 90s, early 90s, or was it like, I don't know. Oh no, see, I should know this, but I'm pretty sure Fen was the drug that the New York Times maybe had on their front cover. The new miracle weight loss drug. It's come. It's arrived. Here it is. Fen.
And what happened to Fen?
Not good.
Oh, what
Not
was the
good.
side effects?
Here we go. Yes, Fen. Here we go. I've not got one actually. I think it was the 90s, maybe like 80s, early 90s. So yeah, there wasn't a lot of studies that were done in advance, other than maybe one or two that were like, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest issues I think that was coming out of it after continued use for a period of time were people were suffering from cardiac fibrosis.
Oh, fibrosis, yeah.
Cardiac fibrosis. Pulmonary hypertension as well was another one. Not good for the heart, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Not good. So a lot of people were suffering for that and a lot of people died, I believe. I believe at the time, again, haven't got the figures, which is frustrating. There's lots of notes. I just got a bit carried away on this episode, as usual. But a big payout. Huge, about billions were paid out to these families that I've had people that suffered from these conditions or people that died. Lots of billions. The biggest one in history up to that point. Maybe it's been surpassed, but not good. So the original miracle weight loss drug
Was a bit of a farce.
Yes. Yes. A lot of these, before we get to Ozempic, a lot of these weight loss drugs, I'm sure there's maybe that ones that, no, I think, I'm pretty sure most of them were based on speeding up your metabolism. That's why you hear about these fat burners, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about trying to find ways to speed up your metabolism so you can then burn more calories.
Right.
So Ozempic, which we'll get to, isn't trying to speed up your metabolism. There was actually one called, I've got it here for you, and hang on, this was back in maybe the mid to late 30s, early 40s,
Oh.
called Reducel. Yeah, not good again. It was actually, don't know the ins and outs of it, but it had chemicals that were quite explosive. It was used in explosives. Yes. So
Jesus
it actually,
Christ.
in some cases, it was cooking people from the inside out. So yeah, metabolism through the roof, but you were also cooking. You were burning up. It was raising your body temperature, right? Okay, speeding up the old metabolism, but you were cooking. Yeah, you were melting.
Jesus Christ.
So that didn't last too long. I think that was taken off the shelves pretty quick. That was the 30s, I believe. I think that was the early 30s and then went off the shelves, I don't know, 37, 38.
Oh, okay. So it was like on for what, 4 or 5 years?
It was, yeah.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah, not good.
All of these wonderful new drugs, and yeah, they're great, but you don't know what the long-term side effects are going to be for anything. You can tell what the short-term side effects are, but long-term side effects, who knows? You're just testing a couple of rats. It's like the COVID vaccine. No one knows what the long-term side effects are. There's no studies because it's just come out.
That's not.
So same with Ozempic.
So itchy.
Nobody knows what the side effects are.
Okay.
Long term.
Right. Well, yeah, I was going to introduce the old the other weight loss drugs, but we just rattled off a couple there.
Okay. So Ben, what exactly is Ozempic?
Ozempic.
What is it?
Okay, let me get to it. Ozempic. A lot of people say it's semaglutide. Mm-hmm. I believe it's actually semaglutide.
Semaglutide, yes.
Yes, I believe that's a lot of people saying it's semaglutide. I think it's semaglutide. Mm-hmm. Anyway, who cares?
It's got 2 brand names.
Yes, again, yeah. Yes, no, we'll get to that. Yeah, it's just pronouncing the old semaglutide, semaglutide. Okay. So Ozempic containing semaglutide is a medication initially developed for type 2 diabetes, but now widely used for weight loss. And it has been around for several years, I believe. Mm-hmm. So it's brand new. It's brand new in the sense of it being used for weight loss and obesity. But it's been around for several years to help people with type 2 diabetes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the mechanisms. We'll just try and get through these reasonably quick because it starts to get a little bit sciencey, a little bit sweaty.
Okay.
GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide, made in the gut. Ozempic mimics GLP-1, a hormone involved in glucose metabolism and appetite regulation. GLP-1 receptor activation leads to improved insulin secretion and reduced glucagon release. Now, we've touched upon insulin and glucagon before, haven't we? Mm-hmm. So we'll get to those again in a sec. Insulin. Ozempic stimulates the pancreas, which releases
glucose and insulin.
Insulin, yeah.
Insulin.
Where blood glucose levels are high. Mm-hmm. Increased insulin helps lower blood glucose levels, crucial for managing diabetes. Yeah?
See.
Insulin also plays a role in storing fat and regulating blood sugar, contributing to weight management.
Okay. I can see the picture.
We've touched upon insulin before, haven't we?
We have.
So the opposite of insulin is glucagon. Mm-hmm. We just talked about that. GLP-1 receptor. Glucagon is a hormone that raises blood glucose levels. It raises them. Yes?
It makes them go high.
The opposite of what insulin's doing.
Yeah.
Raises levels by signaling the liver to release stored glucose. Ozempic reduces glucagon secretion, helping to lower blood glucose levels. This dual action, stimulating insulin and reducing glucagon, helps maintain balanced blood sugar levels. Leptin, ghrelin. Remember that? Remember ghrelin? It's a gremlin. It's the hunger hormone.
I get hangry.
Oh.
I get hangry a lot.
Oh, I love it when people say that.
Yeah.
Just eat.
You're just at the receiving end of it, aren't you, darling?
Gremlins.
Oh, all right, gremlin, aren't I?
Oh, hangry. God, I can't stand that saying.
Oh.
I can't stand it.
I use it quite a lot.
I'm hangry.
No, you just know. You just have your eating. I just say, oh no, I forgot.
Maybe I have something to eat then.
Maybe that's why I'm a dickhead.
Yeah, maybe just eat them. Have
Okay.
a snack.
Okay. I forget.
No, I know, but like, seriously. So someone's a complete arsehole. I was like, sorry, what's that about? Oh, I was a bit hungry, sorry.
At least that's not sorry.
So how old are you? 32? Oh, so you're an adult?
27.
Okay. Oh, so you're not 4 then? Fascinating. Okay, you're an adult who got hangry. Oh. Happens
to everyone.
Happens to the best of us.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Maybe just bring your snack box. Maybe just bring your lunch box. Bring your little lunch box. Your little snacks in.
I do, but sometimes I forget my lunchbox is there.
No, I'm saying everyone.
Yes.
Everyone who actually says that uses being hangry as a valid excuse to be an arsehole.
Well, I don't use it as an arsehole.
I don't know.
I don't recognise that I'm hangry at times. You recognise it more than I do. And then everything's resolved.
Let's work on that, everyone, shall we?
Okay,
let's work on it.
Proceed.
Leptin. So ghrelin, gremlin, hungry. Leptin. Do you remember leptin? Remember what it does?
Appetite.
Right, yes. It helps you, yes. It helps you say, do you know
Control.
what? That is enough. Stop eating. Move away from the plate. Go for a walk. Get outside. Good tip. After you've eaten, move around. Helps the old glucose levels. Move around. Start going for a walk. Dinner, walk. Leptin is a hormone that signals satiety and helps regulate energy balance. Right. While Ozempic does not directly affect leptin, its impact on appetite suppression indirectly influences leptin's effectiveness. Users of Ozempic often experience reduced hunger and cravings, aiding in weight loss. Right. Weight loss effects. Ozempic significantly reduces appetite and alters taste preferences, making users less likely to overeat. The medication's impact on insulin and glucagon helps regulate blood sugar, which can contribute to weight loss. Yeah. Improved metabolic markers. I don't need that. Hemoglobin A1C, cholesterol. So, yeah. So,
What, the HbA1c levels?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, that's the blood test to do, blood sugars.
Yes.
Yeah.
All these metabolic markers
Oh, right, okay.
start to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start to lose weight. Right. Yeah, okay. So it's linked in with the BMI index. Mm-hmm. Yeah, BMI.
Body mass index.
Yes, it's BMI when it comes to obesity it's a bit iffy.
It is a bit iffy.
It's a bit iffy. I feel BMI is used predominantly without obviously without doctors telling you, just to tell you if you need to lose weight or not. It's not other than that. It's not useless, but it's just like, oh, your BMI is this amount. Oh, maybe cut down a tad. Without saying to someone, you're overweight. You need to sort that out. You need to look at that because you're unhealthy. That's the way to do it, isn't it? That's the way to dip the toes in. Someone who's got a BMI of 45, if they walk in, there's a problem straight away. But you can't say that, can you? So as a doctor, you have to go, oh, right, let's do the test. Yeah, BMI, yeah, measure it, right, okay. Height, waist circumference, yeah, okay. Sorry, Sally, that's a high number, that. Yeah. And look, it's not me, it's the BMI index. I'm just telling you what's on the chart.
It's just a fancy tool to say you're fat. In a polite way.
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
Maybe. So I believe if you have a bit, and look, we'll get
My BMI once was 25.2.
Right.
I was very upset about
Morbidly
that.
obese. So,
no, overweight.
So we'll get to why. So
By
BMI.
0.2.
So BMI. So I believe anything over 30
is obese.
Right. So
anything over 40 is severely obese.
Yes. Okay. So Ozempic is often prescribed to individuals with BMI of 30 or higher. Right. Or those with a BMI of 27 or higher who have additional health conditions related to weight, such as type 2 diabetes or hypertension. I assume stuff like PCOS is maybe linked in with that. Maybe we'll get to a little bit about PCOS as well. Limitations of BMI. Right, so we just spoke about one. Mm-hmm. It doesn't give you it doesn't separate the fat to muscle ratio. Mm-hmm. So I should have checked this actually. I should check what my current BMI is. But I imagine I'm probably teetering. I'm potentially teetering on being technically overweight.
You are.
Right. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. So what are you, 90-something kg?
Oh, not quite a few. We're getting back up there.
Well, maybe you're not
back in my glory days, I need to
maybe you're not.
bump up a little bit more. I am around about 88 at the moment. Pure muscle.
It's such a twat.
Push well. Yeah, so that's a problem. That's an issue, isn't it?
Yes.
So a lot of people who are, might be in pretty good nick, might have a good amount of muscle mass. Technically, according to the old BMI scale, might be in the overweight category. Okay. Not too sure about that. What I'm saying...
you have to use your loaf a little bit as well, don't you?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
I know, but that's the thing. It's used for what it needs to be used for.
Yeah.
If someone walks in who's overweight and you can tell by just looking at them, they've got a decent amount of fat mass, the BMI scale, they get whip out the old BMI scale and go, oh, pretty high number. Okay, what can we do about this? Maybe look at Ozempic. Other people, it might be teetering. It can be, it's a bit rough. But it serves its purpose for what people need to do with it, I suppose.
Okay. So what are the other ones? So you've got Ozempic.
Oh, actually, well, hang on. I'm assuming the people that are using Ozempic, which the people that maybe shouldn't be or don't need it, you know, all these social influencers and these celebrities. I'm assuming that we're skipping the BMI.
Yes.
That's getting skipped completely because we're talking about it's all well and good having, you know, like a reasonably big, like, you know, muscular woman walks in or a bloke walks in and like, oh, yeah, looks like I'm pretty good nick. Oh God, yeah, you're overweight. Oh no, right, okay. Muscle mass, fat ratio's off. But somebody walks in, one of the Kardashians walk in, who are a size 6. Oh, can you do the BMI scale? No, I'm assuming that BMI scale is not getting used, is it?
No.
They're just getting theirs from somewhere else.
No, they'd be doing the thing, seeing how much fat they have in their body, probably.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Percentage
but
of fat.
they're just not. The BMI scale's not even getting talked about, is it? Because it wouldn't work, would it?
No.
But like, well, hang on, you're already
underweight.
You're already underweight.
You're dead.
Actually. Yeah.
You look half
I don't
dead.
think you need to. Oh, but I need to get this extra 10 pounds off. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. Right. So
Maybe reduce an implant. Sorry.
that's controversial.
That's bitchy.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe.
Maybe.
But I don't keep up with the Kardashians. Isn't that what the show's called? Keeping Up. I don't keep up with them. Okay, so what have we got then?
So what's the different types? So just to make everyone aware, you've got your Ozempic, which is the drug that is used for people with type 2 diabetes. And you also got Wegovy, which is approved for weight loss. So Ozempic is actually not approved by the FDA, which is the Federal Drug Administration, for weight loss. It is only approved for diabetes. Wegovy is approved for weight loss. But the problem is, you've got Elon Musk, or whatever the hell his name is. He lost his weight through Wegovy. And I think he was the first celebrity to talk about Wegovy. And because of him, then people started buying Wegovy for weight loss. And then they realised, Ozempic, basically it does the same thing. So we're just going to use Ozempic. And then Ozempic became the wonder drug. So it was initially Wegovy first. But Ozempic is not FDA approved for weight loss.
So this is what's created the shortage.
Yes, so there's a massive shortage.
Who actually need Ozempic are now struggling to get it in some cases.
There's 3 different types, I believe. There is another one that people are now getting their hands on, and that is actually in shortage until September. I can't remember. It begins with an M.
Mounjaro?
Yes, the one, yeah. And you've got Wegovy and you've got the Ozempic, so they're quite in short supply. But a lot of places now, I actually went online beforehand. So Ozempic is a once weekly medication. It's an injection, subcutaneous injection, so underneath the skin. You give it once a week. Each injection is injection is £149.
Okay.
So
pricey,
for a month you're talking 600. It's quite expensive.
No, doesn't you get more than one out of
Do you?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah. It's I believe in the UK it's don't know, maybe like 250 quid. Depending on what you
for
get.
a monthly supply.
Yes, I believe so. I think in America it's a lot more than that.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, the more demand, the more it's going to go up, isn't it? But because you didn't do your research about the other drug in the 1990s, Ozempic has been related to 20 deaths in the UK alone.
Okay.
Related to 20 deaths. So cardiovascular issues, again, weight loss.
Right.
Problems with that, digestive problems. And there is actually a disclaimer on the thing about how it affects the thyroid problems in animals when it was being tested, but it hasn't obviously been tested on humans for that.
Oh, you see, there's yeah. So, you're not. It's just your likelihood of getting thyroid cancer increases, doesn't it? It doesn't actually go. If you take this, there's a high probability you're going to get thyroid cancer. It just increases the risk.
They can't guarantee it because it's only been tested on animals. So there hasn't been anything because, you don't take it and then 2 days later you've got cancer. It's something that develops over time. So you don't know what the long-term side effects are.
Well, hang on, Fiona. Yes. Well, but as I said, it has been around for a while.
Well, it has
maybe not being used as a
2021.
I think it's
Wegovy was approved for weight loss.
Wegovy, right. Wegovy? Yeah.
Wegovy, whatever.
Okay. Yes. But there would have been a decent amount of studies done based on it being used as for type 2 diabetes.
Yes, of course.
So it's now being the Wegovy and the Mounjaro are coming in to be used just predominantly for obesity and for people to lose weight. Time will tell. There's no free lunch. There's no free lunch.
What do you mean by that, Ben? Free lunch?
Well, it's being lauded as it's magic, the magic pill. This is it. We've done it. And I imagine, yes, I early indications, like bloody hell, yeah, potentially. But you almost feel like something's going to be lurking. Something maybe that they're not aware of right now.
It's too good to be true.
Yes, a little bit. At the end of the day, it's only doing 50%. I was trying to keep on track. You see, this is the tough part. I've got the notes here, but I'll start until I finish. It's only doing 50% of what you need it to do. So yes, okay, great. So you walk in, right? You're overweight. You type 2 diabetes, all different things. So we won't talk about that. But you're overweight. You need to lose weight. Okay, so it does that. It suppresses appetite. Okay, now what? Now what do you do? So
I go to Domino's.
Right. So
yes, I know what you mean.
It's it could save life. It could be incredibly useful, but you still need to learn how to look after your health. You need to exercise. You need to follow a better diet. If you're getting Ozempic or you're getting Wegovy, and all that's doing is enabling you to eat less calories because you physically can't, you haven't got an appetite anymore, but you're just eating less of the same shit. And instead of 40 nuggets, you're just getting a box of 20.
Yeah, but you're still going to be causing cardiovascular problems. So you're still going to be blocking your arteries because of the cholesterol and all of that. So it's not...
Well...
You're still eating, if you're still eating the same bad shit, just less off, you're still in trouble.
Studies have been proven, like we talked about the Twinkie diet. So you can get away with eating complete shit with your diet. And if you lose weight consistently, your metabolic markers will improve. So yeah, so if your diet is just takeaway and McDonald's and Domino's and you just keep eating that but just eat less of it, you'll still get healthier initially because you'll be losing weight.
Yes.
Maybe not everyone, but most people will. Most people will show improved signs of being healthier if they went and got their bloods done and this is all dropped down. Your cholesterol's dropped. Oh, that's great.
Well, yeah, but it's not the minority of people, but it is only going to be worth given to a certain amount of people who are willing to put the work in. It's when you've got the problem where you've got all of these influencers who are already size 6, size 10, size 12 and has to lose a couple of pounds. Example, Sharon Osbourne.
We don't want to get sued for you.
You've got people like, she's regretting it. She's regretting it. She's lost 42 pounds. She looks like a fucking gaunt ghost. And there's nothing to her. And she's weak. She looks frail. She's 72 years of age. Cop yourself on. You should know better.
Boy, she stopped taking it?
She stopped taking it. Yeah, she can't. She's lost 42 pounds. So she's under 100 pounds now. She's like literally half dead looking. She's completely drawn in on the face. And now she's moaning that she can't put weight on.
Oh, Ozempic.
Which do you want?
Ozempic face. That's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
gaunt.
Yes, people's face just melt.
But then again, why is that? So then there has to be something going on inside your body for that to happen. Why is it attacking that?
Well, it's not attacking that. You just become gaunt, don't you? A lot of people, if they're overweight, will
they'll lose it
around their face.
Yeah.
And well, as you know, if anything, it will look worse on people that aren't overweight. So, like when I've lost weight before,
you're terrible.
I'm gaunt.
You're terrible
from head to toe, but my face, I've got a reasonably sized head as well.
You do.
So,
you do. Small legs, big head.
So if I lose weight, the head remains just as big, but the face, gaunt.
Careful. It's not the mic's fault.
Gaunt.
It's not the mic's fault.
Just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Yes.
Hang on, we're jumping around here. Let's try and stay on track. Where were we there?
You have to put a shift in.
It's 50%. It's 50%. So you need to make sure to maximise this that you're exercising.
Yes.
Resistance training.
Yes.
A couple of times a week. Getting your protein in. One of the side effects, you lose a buttload of weight, but you're going to lose a lot of muscle mass.
Yes. And you're going to have saggy skin.
Right.
So what's the best thing to do for that? Not go to your surgeon to get it fixed.
Well, yes, of course, push well. But that's the tough part. It depends what your mindset is. If your mindset going in to take this is like initially, it depends how how bad your health is.
It depends on how much weight you want to lose as well,
Right.
doesn't it?
Depends on how overweight you are. So first things first, let's lose a bit of weight. Okay, step one, great. And you'll lose a lot of weight very quickly. But then it's like, okay, then what?
Exactly.
You need to have that put in place. You need to have the idea of, right, no, but this is just step one. This is just half of it. Resistance training, that's booked in. I'm ready to go. I hate the gym. I can't stand it. But maybe now I've lost a load of weight. I can move around a bit more. I feel better. My joints feel a bit better, but I need to get stronger. I've lost a lot of muscle mass as well. Right, okay. High protein diet. Get that protein in. I need a personal trainer.
Push, pull, head.
I need to go to the gym. That's a problem. Sarcopenia. You know sarcopenia?
No.
Which in Greek means poverty of the flesh.
Oh, piss off, Ben.
Normally,
So what's wrong with your legs?
this is a serious episode, Fiona.
Oh.
Fiona, if I wanted to,
Oh,
we
no,
could be
I
here.
didn't ask
We
you
could be here
anything.
for hours.
I didn't ask you
And
anything.
then you'd go off and stomp off.
Yes.
You have to remember that.
Okay.
I allowed it. I've watched back these other episodes of you going to town. It's like, God, Fiona, I could destroy
But you're
you
not going to.
whenever I wanted.
I'll get angry.
No, but yeah, but just remember that.
Okay.
Just be very cautious.
Okay, darling.
That you could be
In big trouble.
destroyed at any second if I wanted to. But
But then you'd
anyway,
be getting a teddy bear back.
I allow you. I allow you to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sarcopenia.
Yeah. Poverty of the flesh.
Normally,
Or muscle wastage.
a lot of people who are older, so I don't know, 60 plus maybe, whatever. But people who are older, for the elderly, get that protein in. Get that protein in as you get older. If you're not doing any form of strength training, your muscles are wasting. I believe it's like after the age of 30, your muscles muscle mass will start to decrease by like maybe between 3 to 8% per decade. So if you do resistance training, come to Push Health Studios, we can slow the wastage of muscle with a high protein diet.
Do you know where there's good information for a good protein diet? Or tips on protein diets?
The Push Health app?
Yep.
Oh, right. But you've got to get on the app. Like I keep saying, you've got to get on. I know not a lot of people are watching this, but being early, get yourself in because it's comfortably the best. It's a little bit cobbled together at the moment because we've got the private studios. I haven't got a professional videographer filming me do all the exercises, and
He's got me.
the budget is we've got to be careful with the budget. We haven't got the millions yet to build our own app. Not yet, but trust me. Anyway, but no, it was good. Get those CTAs in.
Yeah.
As often as possible. Do another one in 5-10 minutes.
I'll try. I'm not performing.
Okay,
monkey.
right. So it's jumping a little bit. We're jumping
Okay.
here. Right, so
Proceed. Stick to the thing, Ben. You've got the plan.
that's the 50%, as I keep saying.
Mm-hmm.
But you can lose muscle. So you need to be exercising. You need to be getting some resistance training in. You need to be lifting weights. Everyone does. Forget about Ozempic and Wegovy and all this crap. You need to be doing it. It's important as you get older, in particular. You need to be lifting some weights, if you like it or not. Your rotten attitude has got to accept it.
Yep.
You've got to do it. High protein. You've got to get you've got to get that protein in. It's all well and good losing all this weight. Okay, then what? And also, what happens when you start to potentially either lower your dosage or come off it?
Well, I don't
think it's meant to be something that you're on forever.
No.
Right. So if you're not learning how to actually sustain a healthy existence away from this drug, not only are you have to worry about the real possibility of bouncing back up again, like you do after a diet. Take the drugs away, go on a diet. 8 weeks. Hope even if it's a good diet, even if you follow the Push Health app, even if you got a really good sustainable diet, and you're dropping your calories slowly, or you go on more of an extreme, maybe a mini cut type thing, lose a lot of weight. Just cut out all food and do like one of these juice cleansers or whatever. You don't do any of that crap. No slim fast. You're not counting sins or points. None of this shit. You've still got to deal with what happens after you've finished dieting.
Well,
You don't want to bounce back. You don't want to put on too much weight. You don't want to get back to where you were 2 months ago and just start the cycle all over again. Yo-yo dieting.
Yeah,
What's the point?
What is it doing to your body when you just do come off Ozempic and you're using it for weight loss, not diabetes? It's going to be a lifetime medication for diabetes, of course. But if you're taking it for weight loss and you just stop taking it, what the hell is your insulin and glucose levels doing? Surely they're going like, what the fuck is going on? Surely there has to be some studies saying that it like has to do something like pre-diabetes or not gives you diabetes, but there has to be something. There just has to be.
Well, we can't get too much into the mechanisms, Fiona. I mean, the mechanisms of what's happening. We don't know. We know, judging by the studies that have been done, it's almost without some stuff that we said about the thyroid and there's the muscle mass and there's obviously more. We don't quite know long term yet if it is, as I said, no free lunch. But how severe other than the ones we've listed, is there something else which is bubbling under the surface, and yeah.
Yes, it's concerning, I would say.
Okay, right. What else do we need to talk about?
What else have you got there, Ben?
Oh, we touched on Monjaro briefly. I think the biggest difference with Monjaro, I've probably got it here actually. Let me have a look. So yeah, I think Wegovy acts pretty much very similar to Ozempic. Monjaro is dual action. So it's targeting GLP-1 and GIP receptors. So it's getting another receptor into the mix.
Okay.
So this enhances weight loss. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
So I'm assuming over the course of whatever time period, on average, people are going to lose just more weight because it's also targeting another receptor in the gut. So it's going to help with
more weight loss,
suppressing hunger even more. Right. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Is Monjaro? I think Monjaro is out. I believe. But
it is out.
I'm assuming
it's in shortage though.
Right.
It is until September.
Okay. I've got some stuff here about insulin resistance. I don't know if we need to talk about that. It was quite a good analogy from a guy called Peter Attia. Very intelligent man. I've been reading his book Outlive. Very good. He talks about the 4 horsemen of people's health, which kills everyone. Most people die from one of these 4 health conditions. We'll get into that in a second, but he talks about insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is one of the biggest things when it comes to obesity people suffer from.
Yes.
Do we need to talk about insulin resistance? Is that going to be remotely interesting?
Yes, you've started it now.
Right. Okay. I'll use the analogy that Peter Attia uses.
Okay.
He uses a bathtub analogy to explain the concept of insulin resistance. And then we'll just move on, just so people are aware of what it may be. So, bathtub represents the body. Yes?
Yep.
Water represents energy.
Yep.
The water filling the bathtub represents energy intake from food, calories.
Get it.
Drain represents energy expenditure. The drain at the bottom represents energy expenditure through metabolic processes and physical activity. Yes?
Yep.
Right?
With it.
Overflow represents excess energy. When the water, energy intake, exceeds the capacity of the bathtub, body's ability to use or store energy, it overflows. Overflow causes insulin resistance. This overflow symbolizes the body's inability to manage excess energy, leading to insulin resistance. When cells are overloaded with energy, they become resistant to insulin's signal to take in more glucose. Managing water levels. To prevent overflow, insulin resistance, it's important to balance energy intake with energy expenditure. This means regulating diet, calories in, and increasing physical activity, calories out. Consequences of overflow. Persistent overflow, excess energy, can lead to various metabolic issues, including increased fat storage, high blood sugar levels, and eventually diabetes.
Quite good.
Insulin resistance.
Quite good analogy. Analogy.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Hopefully.
Yes.
So the 4 horsemen.
Yes, I'm intrigued.
Yes. So cardiovascular disease.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cancer. Cognitive diseases. Alzheimer's. Metabolic diseases. Type 2 diabetes. IBS. Obesity.
Not surprised about cardiovascular.
So yes, a lot of people, unfortunately, will probably succumb to one of those 4. Depending on their lifestyle, of course, as well.
Yes. Well, it all ties in as well, doesn't it? Like if you're having something metabolically wrong with you, not everybody, But, usually if you are diabetic, well, not usually, but when you do have diabetes and you are obese, you do have other comorbidities as well, such as cardiovascular problems.
Yes, they can feed into one another, can't they?
Yeah, they feed in.
Yeah, very interesting.
It is very interesting.
I've got some stuff about PCOS. I don't know, maybe I'll leave that for the menstrual.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Maybe I'll leave that for the menstrual cycle episode.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it links in with insulin resistance and
we'll whack it in then.
Thyroid issue. No, it's fine. No, we'll leave it for that. It just talks about PCOS a little bit and how it affects insulin, how insulin resistance is affected by, and sort of the ins and outs a little bit. But maybe we'll leave that.
Okay, next episode then. Eventually.
Okay, what else have I got? What else do we need to touch upon?
I think that was very interesting.
Well, it is very interesting.
Yes,
you need to. Yeah, there's plenty to it. I guess we need to maybe have a little bit at the end to talk about our own thoughts, maybe within reason. I suppose this is the issue with these episodes. That talking about this stuff, you want to get the information right, and also you want to be mindful of when it comes to this as well. And obesity, it's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's tricky. So by the time we get to Ben, what are your thoughts on it? I'm like, oh God. Because I've got to sort of rein myself back in a little bit and be careful what I'm saying. The energy's already used up, so I'm like,
my
I don't know what to say. Well, I do know what to say, but maybe I need more followers first, more people. Push for Health app. Get on the app first. Give me some more confidence to go. Do you know what? Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready to tell you my thoughts on it. If the person uses it correctly, the way their healthcare professional advises, then go for it. If you are within that, obese range and you do need to take it, yes, of course, it works. I've got the problem with it is when you've got people buying it who are Sharon Osbourne and then they're lording it in front of other people, not knowing the side effects, and now 4 months later, whinging about it. You're just like, you are an influencer. You are a person who can influence young people. And this is where the problem lies.
Yes, well,
that's my issue with it.
I imagine, yes.
If you're using it correctly and if you are using it for the correct reasons and you're doing everything that you can to help you, yeah, of course, it's going to be wonderful. Just be mindful of, what you need to do as well to help yourself, of course. But it's the other problem that I have issues with. People who are just using it because they actually can't be bothered to go to the gym. Oh, I'll just take Ozempic instead. I'll just do this instead.
Well, it's frustrating because a lot of these people have got the money and have got the resources.
The impact it has on people who actually need it for their diabetes, and that's the issues that I have.
They can hire personal trainers and they got their chefs, and it's frustrating, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, see, the problem is with weight loss bariatric surgery, weight loss surgery now is because of obviously the NHS. It's in ruins. It's you could be waiting 3-4 years for your weight loss surgery. So now people are turning to something that's a little bit more practical, such as an injection, which can be prescribed by your GP.
I'm assuming they're not as dangerous now, but it's still reasonably dangerous, isn't it? That type of surgery.
Yeah. You can still get loads and loads of complications from it. Sometimes they're not successfor.
But it's extreme, isn't it? Like it's extreme. Getting a part of your stomach and your intestine removed. That's like again for some people that's what they have to do. They've reached the point where their health depends on it. Their life depends on it.
Well, it depends on your...
it's extreme.
It depends on your comorbidities as well. Like, if you are somebody who is highly obese and you are waiting to have gastric surgery, you have other things. You have to go under general anaesthetic. But if you have other problems, cardiac problems, you are then high risk. So then they can't actually give you the gastric surgery because you're too high risk. You might not wake up from your anesthesia. I can never say it when it's like that. Anesthetics. You can't wake up from that. So it's high. It's extremely high risk.
I suppose with people having the that type of surgery is that in terms of their decisions when it comes to their diet, they don't really have much of a choice. I know for the first few weeks they can't eat food, but even after that, they literally cannot eat anything without being sick. And is it not? Do they not also have to eat certain foods pretty much forever? There's certain foods that if they eat them, they will become sick, or they actually just can't eat them full stop.
So I think you can basically try anything basically, but I think it's stodgy foods like your stuff that's going to expand in your stomach.
Yes. So
like rices and all of that, because obviously if you're lobbing it in, then it's going to expand in your stomach, isn't it? And then it's going to cause you digestion problems. because your stomach is like literally half the size. But yeah, you do have to avoid. It's recommended that you avoid a lot of things, but you do get dietetics input as well when you do have your surgery, dietitians, whatnot.
Yes, well, yes.
But I think like literally after the surgery, like literally it's like jellies. That's it. It's like no solids. It's literally not liquid diet, but it's jellies and stuff like that. Ice cream. I think I could be wrong with that, but
I don't know why I leave that out.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, okay. Let's talk about just random faults then. Other stuff that Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, how else is it affecting people? What are the risks? Other than what we've touched upon, there's other ones, isn't there? And I've got some here, but artificial sweeteners? Well, that's a whole different topic. I mean, I was just reading something about people talking about how artificial sweeteners trigger the same response than normal sugars. It's just quite annoying. I don't know why. Maybe I was reading it. It just came up. And I was like, I'll just put it in because it's just annoying. Because people say that, don't have a Diet Coke because the sweeteners they trigger the same response you get when you have sugar. You have this insulin spike. The celiac phase response is not triggered. So the gastrointestinal tract. Yes.
My belly.
Gastrointestinal tract.
That's my gremlin saying hello.
It's not triggered the same. So people, like I said, people will apparently will say, having a Diet Coke, don't do it. When it's poisonous because of the artificial sweeteners. But also, it tricks your body. Your body and your brain think, oh my God, insulin.
Really?
Because we're having sugar. No, not really.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. That's not how it works.
Okay.
So some people will say, right, you may as well just have the full fat one. That's not useful, is it, for a lot of people? So if you're trying to actively lose weight or you are obese, it's not good. It's the same with this Wegovy and Ozempic until definitively it comes out and it says on all these studies, if you drink artificial sweeteners, you will die. Not at stupidly high doses, not like at 45 cans of fucking Diet Coke a day. And all this carcinogenic stuff and all this crap about, oh my God, it's the same as this, but then it's the same as red meat is going to give you cancer and artificial is going to give you cancer. But then a lot of time it's in the same bracket of stuff like your mobile phones. We don't talk about that, do we?
No.
Like the 3 and the 2B and the 2A and the categories for carcinogenic. I don't know why this is. It's in the notes for you.
I'm not sure why it's in the notes either. But
no, because it links in. People trying to lose weight and stuff, and it's just talking about how you just until it comes out, you've got to give people a break, I suppose, haven't you? Artificial sweeteners maybe not as extreme as something like Ozempic or all these weight loss drugs. They're a bit more extreme, but if you're telling people that are overweight not to drink Diet Cokes and have the full fat one because it's better for you.
Well, it's more calories, though.
It's like, oh, come on.
You're like putting in at least 500 more calories.
Yeah.
Depending on the quantity, obviously.
Yeah. And we talked about the Diet Coke fallacy.
Yes, we have.
Right. So just allow them to have the Diet Coke.
Okay.
Because if they weren't having the Diet Coke, they'd potentially be even bigger than they already are. So, come on. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus, you have to think of like other stuff, like your teeth and all that. Rotten teeth. If you're putting if you're drinking in 2 or 4 litres bottles of Coke a day, the effect that's having on your
I suppose we don't
dental works.
Yeah, so I don't. I guess you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how much sugar you're consuming from the sugary drinks and food.
That's just with your Coke. So then on top of that, you're having your sugar in your tea. You're having your whatever else people have sugar in.
Look, we're not demonising. If you want full fat Coke and you want sugary drinks, no problem.
Just make sure you count it as part of your
depends
calories.
What your goal exactly. What your goals. If you're trying to lose weight, maybe that's the first port of call. What can I remove straight away? What can I replace it with, which might not be horrific? I don't know. Maybe the diet version of that drink. Give it a go.
Yes.
Okay, so I've just got my faults here.
Okay.
Right.
You have to write down your thoughts. You just can't do it on a whim.
Accountability versus empathy. Here we go. Meet in the middle. This is an interesting one. Okay, my faults. Accountability versus empathy. Meet in the middle. The world we live in at the moment. So we've got on one end, accountability. Oh, you're fat. You are fat. You need to do something about it. It's your fault. you suck. Right?
Okay.
You've got that end,
Yep.
extreme end of people saying obesity is a choice and you're lazy and you suck and you need to do something about it. It's your fault, no one else's. Forget about everything else.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But you've got the other end, empathy. Too much empathy. Right? Oh, no, it's not. It's all this. And then you start listing all these things, all these excuses.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not their fault. It's this fault. It's this and it's this and it's this. They can't help it. No, I have touched upon the old obesogenic environment, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Right. Very interesting. All I can see is this eyebrow as well.
Yep. I asked you to let me pluck that, Ben.
Yeah.
Jesus. You need a good fucking grooming sesh. You need to fucking take you to the dog groomers.
God, I'm having a problem with this episode. I'm having a problem. I'm scratching. I'm getting too hairy. All I can see is this eyelash.
Which I will pluck out. I should do it on camera, actually, shouldn't I?
The amount I've had to cut out, I'm going to have to cut out from this episode of me just like doing this and like moving and scratching. It's obscene. Bloody hell, we should be finished by now.
Right, nobody cares. Come on.
Okay, right. Meet in the middle.
Yes.
Accountability, empathy. So extreme end, you're fat, useless, your fault, empathy. Oh, it's not. It's everyone else's fault but yours. Obesogenic environment.
Mm-hmm.
Need to meet in the middle.
Yes. Be accountable for your own actions. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, but I mean, it's too extreme. It's too polar. It's too polar opposite, like two polar ends, too extreme. We need to try and meet in the middle and go, no, not for everyone. Being obese or being overweight there have to be some accountability, of course. But so we need to find ways to improve this and to lose weight, if that is initially with using Ozempic. But what else we're going to do is set up a better, healthier lifestyle for you, including these drugs or not, but also not pandering to it. Now, rightly or wrongly, in the world we live in now, being overweight and in some cases being obese is glorified. That sucks. It's not good. Being obese should never be glorified. Being heavily overweight is not good.
Well, it just comes with so many different comorbidities as well, doesn't it then?
Right, yes. So accountability, empathy, you got to meet somewhere, meet in the middle. But it's just not good. It shouldn't be glorified being overweight. You can be empathetic towards someone, of course. But you can't be glorifying it. It's not a good look, is it? It's just not good. This movement of people that are overweight and they lean into it. There's again the extreme end. There's people that lean into it and they're on TikTok. This is what I eat in a day. Apparently, there's like a cohort of people calling themselves as a fat.
As a what?
They label themselves as a fat. This is the day in the life of a fat. I don't think they even say fatty. They just say a fat.
Oh, okay.
This is the day in the life of a fat.
Yeah, but that's all that's all fun and games now. It's when you start in 10 years' time as your muscles start losing the protein, the mass and all of that, and then you start having the arthritis because your body can't hold your weight anymore. When you start having your cardiovascular problems, it's not so funny then. And it's not so great then.
But
so think about what happens in 10 years' time.
That's interesting, Fiona. We're going to get to that. That's on Read Around the World in AOO.
There we go then.
God, I think my body's just shutting down.
Okay.
So, yeah, not... Empathy.
Yes. Just on that note.
Accountability. Yeah, meet in the middle. Where are you? Where are you on that scale?
I'm way down here.
Okay. Right.
Towards you anyways. But don't forget my belly is rumbling, so
okay.
It's going to get a little bit wobbly in here soon enough, Ben.
Yes, we're finishing off.
Having a little scratch.
Jesus Christ.
You need to take an antihistamine.
Maybe I've got hay fever.
Probably.
Maybe I'm getting hay fever.
Yes, I've got antihistamines in the press.
Well, I've never had hay fever in my life.
You have, because you've had antihistamines before. You used to get it in the Claxton, in the Ritalins, because I used to get.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it is that.
Is it?
I said that to you.
I barely go outside.
Yes, but still, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because people are mowing lawns, it's in the air, the pollen count.
Well, this is a bombshell. No, I'm hay fever. Okay, right. So, yes, there's obviously, maybe we'll talk about that in the future. There's a lot to it. I'm struggling with the whole glorifying being overweight. Not good. Not a good look. Not a good look. Anything else? No, right.
No.
So 50%, yeah, okay.
It'd be interesting to see what those groups would be called. A day in the life of a fat. day in the life of somebody who's riddled with arthritis and cardiovascular problems in 10 years' time.
Well, I don't, maybe they're here for a good time, not a long time. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
If they die at the age of 35, it's like, I enjoyed it while I was here. I enjoyed the ride. I don't know.
Okay.
Just pass it on to their kids and to everyone else. It's like, not good. Muscle mass, talked about that. Okay. Oh, this is one of the issues. This is one of the issues that I was reading about, and this also links in with the gastric bands and that type of surgery as well.
Bariatric, yeah.
If you've got a disorder, or you've had an eating disorder, or you're overweight, or whatever you've had, or whatever's contributed to you getting to the point where you need to start contemplating taking Ozempic, that after you've lost all this weight, any addictions that you may have had could be passed on to something else, and you could start becoming addicted to something else. So like alcohol or gambling. So you've got you've got that addictive personality, which has got you to the point where you've maybe eaten too much, based on, again, and also medical conditions as well. If whatever you've suffered from that have helped, that has got you to the point of where you've become overweight and obese. That can be, so it's called addiction transfer. Okay. So apparently some people in the studies, and apparently some people in various books and things that have come out, have said about how they went on Ozempic, lost a load of weight, felt good, and then became alcoholics or became addicted to gambling. So they passed on to something else.
Well, they do
because
say
they had that massive hole in their life where they're like, oh, okay, well,
what do I do now?
Oh, I just used to, and that's a big thing. If you enjoy eating, eating and food, I guess you look at it from many different levels. The social side as well. If you enjoy coming together on social occasions and eating, and depending on what country you come from and your traditions and everything else, it's a big thing, isn't it? You come together and it's eating and drinking and having a nice time, and you just enjoy eating. If that's taken away from you, and you're eating half as much, and you quickly realise that you can't really enjoy the foods you used to eat. And it's almost like, oh, well, I did enjoy McDonald's from time to time. I did enjoy this. I knew I was eating too much of it, but I still enjoyed it. But now you eat that and it makes you feel sick. Or whatever symptoms that you get from taking these drugs contribute to you not being able to enjoy any of the food you used to do, not even in small quantities. So I said about at the start, well, the risk is maybe some people, you need the exercise, you need the proper nutrition, the high protein diet. But I don't know. I don't know if you're going into McDonald's, going, I can still get McDonald's, but just, a smaller portion. And you're having a couple of nuggets and you're like, oh no, I feel like shit. I'm stuffed. I imagine a lot of people will be like, this is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
This is really depressing. I can't even have any of this food anymore now.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of the guys, I read this book recently about, from this guy called Johan Hari.
Oh, Johan. You've mentioned him before.
You're aware? Yes, right. And yes, and he's done the book on Ozempic, and he talks to a lot of different people. Some of them dubious, some of the people he was talking to.
Okay.
Potential charlatans. But very interesting anyway. He went into the facts about it and stuff, and he went around the world and talked to various different people. So yeah, it's good to get an opinion from different sources, which was quite good. He almost feels a little bit empty after taking it. He's still taking it, but he almost...
Taking what? Ozempic?
Yeah.
Okay.
He almost feels a little bit empty by it because food played a pretty big role in his life. He was overweight. But interestingly, he didn't really eat for enjoyment as such. He just liked the idea, and I think he suffered from depression. He's written a book on depression, which was quite interesting. He liked the idea of that feeling of being stuffed, of eating. So he didn't really like have a love for food. So if anything, him taking this drug has actually improved his enjoyment of food, because he's actually he has to eat slower and he's not eating as much. Mm-hmm. So he's not shoveling as much junk. He's actually sitting there and actually appreciating the food he's eating. He's cooking fresher meals, and he's actually just got a better diet.
That's good.
But he says that he now doesn't reach that point anymore of feeling stuffed, because you can't.
Yeah.
Because you eat a little bit and you'll fill up. So that's quite interesting how that's the opposite, I imagine, of what many people will face from it.
But that's probably what the idea is, what it's meant to be used for, is that prime example there. You've got somebody who gorges, basically, but this medication has helped him, and he's eating his own meat. He's getting enjoyment out of eating food now, and he's cooking his own meals. Like, what more do you want from that?
Yes, I know, but I'm saying...
So that's probably what the idea of behind it all is.
For some people, yeah, but it's the other way. Most people, I feel, on the whole, I'm sure studies will come out, will go the other way, where they love food. Oh, it's great. They get so much satisfaction from food. What's the problem?
Time.
So much satisfaction from food. But take that away, cut that in half. The calories literally are cut in half. Oh, God, I can't eat as much food anymore. Oh, this isn't very fun. I knew, maybe I was overweight, but I used to really enjoy just eating food.
Yeah, but do people really, if you're gorging all the time, do you really, not all the time, but do you really enjoy food? If you're getting to the point where you feel physically sick, can you enjoy your food? I don't know.
Well, there's, again, unfortunately, I thought this episode was going to be in and out, but there's so many, isn't there? There's so much stuff that you get into. Right, so we've touched upon building better habits when you come off them. Drug companies don't want you off them.
Of course, they're making a shitload of money.
Yes, right. So
and they're putting a premium on it.
Eating to being full. So old Johan went to Japan. And they're very much about, they've got lots of interesting things in Japan. Interestingly enough, they were...
The frogs. The beach and harsh. Remember that?
Oh, and yes. I mean, food-wise, yeah. But interestingly enough, they were a pretty unhealthy country.
Really?
In like, before the World War II, in the 20s and 30s, they ate crap. They didn't hardly eat any protein. And then the government were like, no, hang on, we need to start breeding some soldiers here because we want to start taking over Asia. So they improved their diet dramatically. We want to know what the Japanese were up to in the late 30s and the early 40s. Oh,
yes.
Not too good. One of their things is, from an early age, they are made to get into the habit of eating till 80% full. So they're not quite full. So, most meals, a lot of people will have a meal and they will get to the point where they know that they can stop. So maybe like 3/4 of the way and they're like, I'm stuffed. I'm satiated by that. But if there's food on the plate,
I'm gonna keep whacking it in.
They will keep going. Yeah. So they go past 80%. So I think most people, even I imagine you probably you lose the ability to regulate that the heavier you get, maybe. But I feel most people when they're eating get to a point, depending on the size of their portion, where if you went to them, how are you feeling over there? Do you want to stop? Yeah, pretty stuffed actually. Yeah. Oh, but I've got another 10 chips. I'll finish. I'm enjoying the meal, so I'll finish these off. And we've touched upon before about the clean your plate thing syndrome. About, you must. You taught from an early age, especially in the UK. Make sure that plate's clean.
Yeah, mate. Have
this
to
food's
make sure
not free.
You eat your veg.
Got to work hard to put this food on the table. So Japan, from an early age, 80%. They get into that habit. That was quite interesting.
Quite good, yeah. Would you say you do that, Ben? Do you clear your plate?
Depending on how I'm spreading out my meals, that's the issue. If I spread out my meals better, I'd probably be all right. But as we've touched on before, in the evening, like a lot of people,
all hell breaks loose.
They get back and they shove all their calories towards the end of the day, which can work for them, but they're just shoveling it in. So they have a big dinner. That was reasonably satiated from that. What's for pudding?
5 minutes later.
Don't eat pudding though, do you?
Yeah. They say you're meant to wait 20 minutes, don't they?
Well, you start getting full up. It kicks in. Leptin and everything, and the satiety kicks in and says, "Oh no, you're full up." But there's lots of things with that, Fiona, isn't there? So you got that 20-minute gap. Hence why you got that 20 minutes where people can go, "Oh, I could probably get a pudding in." So you get bored of that type of food. There's the hungry brain. There's so many books that talk about it. It's very interesting. But you get bored of that type of food.
I don't get bored of my breakfast though, ever.
But you have that gap when you're at a restaurant or you're at home. I could chocolate ice cream.
Oh, but cheesecake.
So you are full up, but you're full up, but also bored of that type of food, and you want a different texture, different sensation. The ice cream comes in. You don't really get full up on ice cream.
Well, it's technically liquid, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can just eat and eat and eat. Heart Attack Grill, heard of that? There's a place in Las Vegas called Heart Attack Grill. I went to it. I didn't eat it, but I went into it. It's not good. Not
Why?
good.
Tell me a little bit more.
You go in and you put a robe on, and you have people who are doctors and nurses walking around the restaurant serving you.
Actual
Yes.
doctors and nurses. No, I was thinking.
Yeah,
Dressed up.
after their shift they go
That's
work
what I
there.
was thinking. Right. So I don't
It's
understand.
a serious question.
I don't understand. I was taught to like maybe doing advice or something. I don't know. You don't exactly. You just said Heart Attack Grill with doctors and nurses.
The place is called Heart Attack Grill.
Yes. Okay.
So it's a food place.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So I didn't eat there, but so it's in Vegas. Beautiful. Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. We've talked about Vegas. If you're over 350 pounds, they have scales outside. So you can jump on the scale. And if you're over 350 pounds, you get to eat there for free. And you have to sign a waiver before they let you eat to say if you have a heart attack, it's not their problem. So they just serve you junk, just like fatty meat and it's a buffet, but they just serve you whatever you want. So it's just a massive meat buffet type thing.
And why didn't you eat there?
I believe I was already going to another buffet, which was a little bit more higher quality. Where was this? Was this the MGM? Oh, I went to a few buffets in Vegas, but what I think this maybe it was Caesar's Palace. What wonderful buffets, beautiful buffets in Vegas. But no, I didn't. I heard about this place. I wanted to have a look at it. But yeah, no, there's a scales outside, and yeah, if you weigh over 350 pounds, maybe I don't know if they've increased that or they've reduced it, you ate for free. So you can only imagine. You could only imagine the scenes outside that restaurant and then looking through the window. People rolling in on a mobility scooter and jumping off to
Why did they get to eat for free?
get on the scales and go, oh, Sally, 375. She was making up. This is serious. This is real. This is happening.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I get to eat for free. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Is there a limit of what you can eat?
Not sure. Didn't eat there. Just went in. But they get quite nippy when you go in because they obviously want you to eat. So they get quite nippy about pictures and stuff. I remember the woman there dressed as the nurse was like getting very nippy.
No doubt.
So,
What you?
this woman was talking about how she lost all this weight. People have lost weight just either through the drugs or not, and have had a bit of an episode and then put it all back on again.
Standard.
Which is standard, but then they've been part of this study and they've lost all this weight, and then I think another woman in this book, one of the books I was reading was talking about this, how they lost all this weight and then one of them went back to the doctor and said, oh, I don't know what happened, and the doctors tried to get to the bottom and said, oh, you're doing so well, why did you put on all this weight? What happened? What happened on this day? What triggered it? What triggered you to then just sack it off and then start all over again? And she said that, so I got hit on by a bloke. That freaked her out. And then after this day, after her being hit on by some guy in a bar, she started putting all the weight on again. And the doctor said, oh, okay, so that's good though, isn't it? What's wrong with that? What else? What did this remind you of then? So this has obviously triggered something before. And then eventually she said, oh yeah, so from the age of like 8 to 12, I was sexually molested and raped by my uncle. So being overweight for her and a lot of other people is almost like a protective mechanism.
Yeah.
So they're left alone. People look at them and go, oh, not for me, although not a bit too OTT for me.
Well, I do have a little bit of trivia for you coming up as well, associated with the film based on that.
Okay.
So there you go.
Right. A quote or a passage from The Hungry Brain. I've been reading this book. Very interesting. I've just got one because there is so many good things in this book. Okay. So this goes into treating obesity as it's a genetic trait. This leads us to a critical conclusion about obesity genes. In most cases, they don't actually make us fat. They simply make us susceptible to a fattening environment. Let's talk about the yes.
Yeah.
In the absence of a fattening environment, they rarely cause obesity. This leads us to a critical conclusion about obesity genes. In most cases, they don't actually make us fat. They simply make us susceptible to a fattening environment. In the absence of a fattening environment, they rarely cause obesity. Genetics loads the gun. an environment pulls the trigger. Unless you have a faulty gun, which is rare, if you don't pull the trigger, it doesn't discharge.
Interesting.
The biopsychosocial model.
Oh, I hate that fucking thing.
This sounds technical, but is actually quite simple.
It is.
And it applies just as well to obesity. There are 3 types of causes of these problems. Biological causes, things like your genes or changes in your brain. There's the psychological causes, things like stress or childhood trauma. And there's social causes stemming from the wider society, things like loneliness or financial insecurity. They are all real and they play out to different degrees in anyone who has these problems. These different kinds of causes flow into your life and swirl together to create your addiction or depression or obesity. And it explains why we have become obese and why diets mostly fail. Obviously, I was paraphrasing that, but it's just talking about the model itself. And again, there obviously a lot of people, it's very up in the air about obesity being a medical problem. But like depression, like it states, and like other things, using that model starts to give you a clearer picture about why people are depressed, why people are potentially obese.
Everything links in.
Okay, the film, Fiona. Holy hell. The film. I'm going to rush to the bloody film. 5 minutes on the film. We don't want the film to start taking away from the very interesting points that Ben from Pushable Health's making. Do we?
No.
Do you agree?
God, no.
You're looking a bit tired over there, Fiona. Are you hungry?
I am tired. I'm getting fucking hungry.
Oh dear. We spoke about that at the start, didn't we? We spoke about my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Should we set a timer for this then so we can just get it done? I'll let you do your introduction and then we'll set the timer because
that's all included, Ben. It takes me 10 seconds to do a fucking intro.
Okay.
Stop trying to waste more time.
Right, okay. Set the timer. 5 minutes.
Go. Shallow Hal, 2001. It got 6 out of 10 on the
Shallow
IMDb.
Hal. Is this a little bit of a bad choice, Shallow Hal?
No, not really.
Anyway, yes, please.
So Hal's perception of women's physical beauty changes after he's hypnotised by a life coach. That's Ben, Pushable Health. He falls in love with the employer's daughter as he sees her as a slender woman, even though she is obese. So you've got produced, directed, whatever, Bobby and Peter Farrelly, who also have done Something About Mary, Me, Myself and Irene, and Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. You've got Jack Black as Hal, Shallow Hal, and then you've got Gwyneth Patrol as Rosemary. How do you say her name?
Gwyneth Petroleum.
Whatever.
Gwyneth
Paltrow, whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's it, really. What more do you want me to say about it? Terrible film. Absolutely terrible film.
First time watching it, horrendous. Yeah. I don't know, like early 2000s, 90s. That the brothers, they did Something About Mary, obviously Dumb and Dumber.
Well, this was the worst one that they did. Worst gross one.
It's not. Yeah, I don't know. In some ways, you're looking and think, oh God, yeah, they were the days. Remember those days when it was just really inappropriate jokes and just everything was just. It was just gross.
Well, the fat suits, like
it wasn't funny. The film's not funny, but again, we've touched upon this before about this whole bygone era that's now been and gone, where everything you do, everything you say, everyone takes offence. And you look at this film and you think, Jesus Christ. In some ways, it reminds you of better films from that era. Not the film itself sucks, but it reminds you of films in and around this time, the late 90s, early 2000s. Oh God, you remember they used to make films like that? Bloody hell, yeah. Yeah, God, they were the days. Anyway, yeah, this film sucks, but there's other films. There
was like no limit, was there, back then? You could literally do a film about any fucking thing.
Yeah, or even films from the directors. Me, Myself and Irene.
That's a good film.
Yeah, it's like,
it's mental illness though, isn't it?
Yes.
He's got like borderline personality disorder or schizophrenia or something.
If you watch that now, you'd go, it probably doesn't hold up that well.
It does. I've watched it recently.
Oh, okay,
it's hilarious.
Right. Okay, but you'd watch it and go, oh.
Yeah, well,
bloody hell, I couldn't do that now.
Yeah, exactly. What's he called, that little guy? The little guy that the wife runs off it?
I can't, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got Grinding. Take me back. Grinding. Jack Black Grinding.
In the nightclub. Yeah, literally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, literally like girls just against the wall, like just grinding against the wall, and then this fucking little Jack Black sneaks up and just...
Jack Black he's tough.
He's dreadful.
He is dreadful. But I don't know, is that part of it? It's that part of the
Ironically,
silliness. He is just dreadful, and that's why people love Jet Black.
Ironically, he had to gain weight for this film.
Well, this was what was this 2001?
2001.
Bloody hell, 23 years ago. So this would have been probably shot in 2000.
Yep.
24 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus, and to be fair to old Gwyneth Petroleum, like she was a bit of a looker. She was
a looker.
Well, yeah, she's getting older now, but she's still attractive. It's more about what she's doing now. We'll get into that in a second. But it's not good. But
So it took 4 hours to apply Gwen's makeup and the fat suit.
4 hours.
4 hours to do all that. And on the first day she was all dolled up, she spent the rest of the day walking around in public. Nobody recognised her, and she used people's reaction to her as an obese woman to help her understand her character in the film. She said that it was literally people avoided her. They avoided making eye contact with her, all of that, because the way people perceived her as an obese woman was very different to that of a slender woman. Just like that woman's book.
Are you sure, though? Are you sure people didn't just go, oh, I'm pretty sure that's Gwyneth Paltrow?
She said no one recognised her.
That fat suit looks
horrific. Well, around her arms. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, but is it meant to look horrific?
I don't know.
Is it meant to be embarrassingly stupid?
I don't know.
Like, the film's obviously a joke. The film's a mess, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what they were going for, where it was like, oh, make a fat suit, but make it a bit shit.
I don't know.
Because we had... Oh, no, what's it called? The film I mentioned earlier, Eddie Murphy.
Professor, not even Professor or something.
Nutty Professor. A ridiculous film. But Eddie Murphy playing several characters in this fat suit. Maybe it doesn't look as good now, maybe. But he gets away with it. It works. So that was, 96, I think that film came out? So
what's the
they
excuse
could obviously
here, then?
make a half-decent fat suit by this point.
Just not really...
What's happened?
It was just the arms. Like, her arms is too big. And at times, she looked bigger than others. And it just didn't make sense.
Well, she must have had a body double, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, she had a body double as well. Yeah. For the naked scenes.
Another few minutes for you.
There we go, Ben. You just can't even stick to the
timer. No, but there's a couple of good things in here, isn't there? That's worth just quickly talking about.
Go on, then.
Yeah, so fat suit, not good. Yeah, Nutty Professor. Like, yeah, look at that. Maurizio. What was the guy called? Maurizio. Why the hell is he called Maurizio?
Which one's Maurizio?
His friend.
Oh, that thing, the ball thing.
Jason Alexander.
The tail.
Yeah. With the powdered hair. Yeah, the tail wasn't funny.
No,
wasn't funny.
But it just goes to show that he had such high standards for somebody, and he had that fucking thing wagging away.
Yeah, and he was obviously putting powder on his hair.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a thing, was it?
I don't know. Weird,
I think
isn't
it was.
Isn't that weird?
Is it a thing now?
I don't think so. What even is it? Like, just... I don't know.
Right.
Weird.
Maurizio. Why is he called Maurizio?
I don't know.
The guy not having a spine, that was...
Oh, the spina bifida guy.
Yeah, and then Maurizio just didn't like him. Oh, look at him over there. Okay, yeah. Look at him over there, like lauding himself up over there. Oh, yeah, look, he hasn't got a spine. Look at him.
Because he was creeped out by people who weren't the perfect person.
Yes,
and he just had to look in the fucking mirror.
Yeah, maybe the film's a lot more cleverer than you give it credit for. Okay, yeah, so yeah, not good. Plenty of inappropriate humour and fat jokes. Right. She takes the whole bakery. That was a joke, wasn't it? Oh, that's when he meets when Mauricio meets her for the first time in the park. Yeah. What the hell was the lipstick game with kissing sick children? Obviously, we didn't know that at the time because of how he's shallow, so we weren't seeing the fact that they were burns
victims. Yeah.
But he's putting lipstick on and kissing all these children. Was he not? That was the game.
Well, No, well, they were kissing him by the looks of things because he came out with kisses all over him.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, he didn't see anyone.
I guess when we find out what the truth, it's like, oh, that's cute, I guess.
Yeah, but that brought out the goodness in him as well, I believe. Because he was actually, although he wasn't seeing them the way he should see them, it showed other people the goodness in him by him doing that as well.
Well, the film does throw a bit of a curveball when you find out what was actually happening. This ward they're on was a Burns ward. Like, oh, Christ. And then the girl turns up and is like, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
And then when he sees it for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like the way...
Not bad. Not a bad emotional beat for the film.
I like the way it showed the nurse, the really shit nurse, that she was like literally a Russian nurse, and it showed her to be really ugly.
Yeah, the fact that that's a human being, that woman. That's tough.
Well, yeah, but don't forget a lot of makeup and shit.
Well, I suppose so, yeah.
She looked like a witch.
I don't know if you can put on a fin suit.
Well, yeah.
Or a haggard suit.
Yeah, maybe camera, I don't know.
Cliche fat order. I'll have a pizza burger and double fries and super duper milkshake.
And then the steel chair collapsing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Twice
it's
it happened.
unbelievably offensive.
You
as
don't
well.
need it to happen twice.
But-
Once is enough.
Yeah.
Well, the second time
There
was
were the
quite
days.
funny because obviously pants and everything were on show.
Yes. A horrendous lat pull down supersetting from Jack. Based on our last episode.
Oh,
I think-
supersets,
so,
yeah.
So behind the neck and in front, just
No,
Jack.
Put it back, Jack.
Like, well, technically, supersetting. If you're doing behind the neck, you're getting a more upper traps, more upper back.
Here he goes.
Out in front, you're getting more lats. So okay.
But his technique, Ben.
Technique
his
needed
form,
work, yeah.
He
And
must have been.
Behind the neck, it is for many probably not worth it.
Maybe
So-
he was. What's the word? When you're given it all.
Sorry.
What was the word that you used? I
Going
can't
to
remember.
fatigue.
Yeah.
No, hang on. Going to failure.
Yeah, that's the one. Maybe he was going to failure and he was losing his form.
Yeah, no, his form was pretty bad
Okay.
all the way through.
Oh,
We saw
okay.
quite a few reps from Jack because they
We
were
did,
having
actually.
that chat, and it was not good.
The knickers.
What was the knickers? What happened
When
with it?
she was stripping in front of
Oh,
him.
that's
and,
right.
Yeah, parachute comes along.
Yes. Now,
Such an
Fiona,
inappropriate
this sounds very
film.
offensive. It's
But
very-
like,
it's very
how could he
offensive.
not know? When he pulled him out, like literally, he was just like, "What the hell?"
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
whatever. He
he's
didn't even question
almost
it.
in a bit of denial. Yes.
Yeah.
That's when she walks away. She cuts a bit of the cake, and can I just take a quick slice of that cake
Yeah.
before I go off?
After cake.
And he
eating it.
says, I just don't know where she puts it.
Yeah, but can you believe, like, when other people see her, so
Oh, interesting.
So
yeah.
the people
all,
who
all
actually-
all I can see is this eyelash.
so the people that are actually there, like that are with him, that can see that she is big and whatnot, and then you've got him. He must sound like a right dickhead. Like those two people that were in that thing with the cake, and he was, I don't know where she puts it, and they think, oh, he's only with her so he can get promotion.
Yes. Oh,
Like,
yeah. Well,
it's
yeah, but
just-
that plays into his character, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
well,
Because it's
yeah.
like they're like, oh yeah, we know what you're doing.
Yeah.
How? Okay. Like, oh, you've gone from what you are to what you are now. Yeah,
Yeah.
we get it. You're playing the game. Very well done.
The fucking neighbour, what a cunt. Sorry, what a bitch.
Okay. Yeah, that's not
Jealous.
getting monetized on YouTube now.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. So it's of course, yeah. Yeah, she just
Oh,
fell in love
interested
with,
all of a sudden.
yes,
Because he likes fat chicks.
she loved that he
wasn't so shallow.
he wasn't so shallow, yeah, and so based on that he now qualifies to go out of her instead.
So weird.
Okay,
Weird.
all right. Yeah, I've got it here. Yes. I've got someone drops a line about making the undesirable desirable. Who drops that line?
Isn't it Baldy, Tailman?
Is it?
Yeah.
And I just put next to it. I said Ozempic makes the undesirable desirable. Is that controversial?
That is a bit controversial.
No,
then.
but I just mean it's
That's
sort of, if the film's linked in with the episode, it's like maybe,
Okay,
yeah.
maybe.
I thought that's quite a good line. Yeah.
Right, well, that's it on the film, isn't it? There's not really much else to say on it. It's shit.
Fat suit is so poor. We've had Eddie Murphy. There you go.
Yeah. I need to watch that Naughty Professor. Tonight, maybe.
God. Oh no, what's her face is in it? Oh Jesus.
So let's talk a little bit about Gwyneth Patrol.
Jada. Oh yes, very quickly. Finishing off.
So Gwyneth Patrol, what's her goop, isn't it?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. She's got a...
What's she doing?
So God knows what she does, but she has this online website or online shop. It's called... What's it called?
Goop, isn't it?
Goop, that's it, yeah. And it was... The reason why they came up with that name was the double O. It doesn't have to mean anything, but it can mean anything. It means nothing, but it can mean anything. However you
Okay.
want to look at it. So stupid. So basically, Gwyneth is in there and she's selling her vagina. This candle smells like my vagina. This candle smells like my orgasm. That's the kind of shit she's peddling.
How has she synthesized those smells?
I have no idea. Something
guess the
about grapefruit.
No, but I mean, I guess the vagina. I don't. What's she done? Has she got one of the?
She must have rubbed stuff
earbuds?
on it. On her.
What about the orgasm one?
I'm not really
How
sure.
she managed that one?
Not really sure. Suppose that's kind of... I'm not really sure. But $75
For
to buy that, her candle. That smells like her vagina. So very, very controversial, her
I bet,
her
yeah.
products.
I bet,
so she
yeah.
has sex oils that you can put on your vagina as well. I think they're $90-something. You can get different flavours
Okay.
for the oral sex. I got you for the oral sex. I got some raspberry ones for you, Ben. They're in the basket. You catch my drift? You like the raspberry, don't you? I actually only seen cherry
I like
ones.
raspberries on my Weetabix, yes.
Oh, you like breakfast then?
What the hell does that mean?
So, yeah. So,
I
and
like
she's...
breakfast then. Yeah, I don't mind it, yeah.
Oh, okay. See you in the morning.
It's a kid's show. It's a kid's show.
So
Why don't you
anyways-
don't get about the kids stuff?
So, anyways, yeah, she's very, very controversial.
kids.
So,
Love
basically, what her thing is, she's basically saying, you know, put eggshells up your vagina and all this shite. It helps with something or other.
Eggshells?
Yeah, she sells no, it's not actual eggshells, but she sells these things in the shape of a eggshell
Oh, right.
insert into your vagina.
Okay.
No science behind it, whatever. She says that she does these things. She doesn't advise people to do these things, but this is what works for her and her health and her well-being.
Well, you know, why not sell it? Why not make
Why
a
not
profit?
sell it and getting loads of load of money for it? She
But,
sells lots of sex toys, all sorts of things on that
but
website.
if people are buying it, then
Those.
go for it.
Yeah. Each
Like
to
if,
their own.
if I could sell a candle that was scented with my shit, then
Nobody
and it-
would buy that, Ben.
But if they did, it's like, oh, okay, more for you. If you're going to buy it, then more for you.
Yeah.
It's 150 quid. I was about to say maybe early adapters to the app. Shit scented candle. I imagine I don't know how much it is to manufacture a candle.
Don't know. Out of your shit.
Again, the perks. Lots of perks on the app. Not maybe a shit scented candle. We're not there yet, but other perks. Other perks. Lots of perks on the app. So many perks.
Yes.
Okay, is that it then, is it?
Yep, that's it on that.
Right. So, yeah, old Gwyneth Petroleum is not the best by the sounds of it.
No.
Insufferable, you may say.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've heard about this whole goop nonsense. I just wanted to know a little bit of information, so... Okay, right. Yeah, that's it then. Yeah, okay. I don't really have anything from...
Oh, I don't have my earphones in. I think that's very low.
Are you not hearing this?
Yeah, I can hear it, unfortunately.
Right around the world now, yeah.
There it goes.
Push for hell.
There it goes.
I was wondering why you weren't reacting. I was like, I what's she doing?
Yeah.
She's not reacting. She's looking at her phone. How rude. What's on
I'm
anything interesting?
getting my case file thing up.
Oh, Christ almighty.
Yeah.
Recipe?
No, I don't have one today.
Okay, I'll add it to the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do one. We'll just do one.
Yeah, hurry up
Which
then.
links in 10, 10, 10.
10, 10, 10.
The 10, 10, 10 rule. But I would extend this. I'd do the 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 rule.
Right, go on. What is
So
it?
something that you're going to do, a habit, if you're going to reach for the food or the fridge, or you're not going to go to the gym, or anything you're going to do, any decision you make during the day which revolves around your habits and your fitness and exercise and nutrition and diet, how are you going to feel about that habit if you do it or don't do it after 10 minutes, 10 months, or 10 years? So if you decide to not go to the gym, you go, do you know what? I'm going to sack it off. Can't be asked. Sit back down, go back to bed. How are you going to feel about that decision in 10 minutes, and then 10 months, and then 10 years? But it's a little bit too much. You need it more extreme. I'd have it more extreme. I'd say add 10 seconds in, and then 10 weeks. Add those in.
Well, 10 days.
10 days.
10 hours.
Right.
The day after.
Okay. So make it more extreme. It's not
Well, yeah,
enough.
that's true.
It's not enough. Was it? No, I think it was. I think the original one is 10. I think it's 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years. Yeah, I mean that's the original. So you need to get more tens in.
10 minutes, 10 hours, 10 days,
Because
10 weeks.
realistically,
months.
if you start to feel regret after 10 seconds,
You probably should just do it there and then. It's 10 seconds, isn't it?
but
Same with 10
you
minutes.
have to be careful, don't you? You have to be careful when it comes to exercise and making the decision to go to the gym or to go for a walk. That can be remedied. You can do that straight away. You go, no, I regret this. Straight up. 10 minutes later, you've still got time. I've still got time to do this. Let's go. If you've eaten the cookie or you've eaten the massive cake, 10 seconds or during 10 seconds after you finished it, okay, you've done it now.
You've boobed.
But think about those emotions. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
I'm trying to find. I can't do it.
Okay, yeah. It's loud, yeah, very loud.
Is it?
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love it.
that must be, what's it called? Case Files?
Yep.
Oh,
Case File is the only podcast I listen to. Case File True Crime. Episode 76.
hands going.
We listened to this, Ben.
Did we?
Me and you.
I'm Ben. Yeah.
Yep, you, Ben, and me, Fiona. Silk Road.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, I completely forgot about that
That's
episode.
an interesting one. Yeah, there's what, 4 parts to it?
There's 3 parts.
Oh, okay.
3 parts to Silk Road. So very good. I'd recommend listening to it.
Okay, is there a brief synopsis on it?
I didn't get it because you were giving out to me
No,
about
as long as the synopsis doesn't ruin it.
Okay, fine.
If it just
No, the synopsis was because I read the synopsis and the synopsis wasn't actually that informative as to what it is actually about.
Okay, that's probably what you want, yeah.
Okay. So Pennsylvania State University student
Talk to the mic.
Pennsylvania State University student Ross Ulbricht had been fascinated with mathematics and science from a young age. During his college years, he developed a new fascination with libertarianism, a political philosophy that values individual freedom above all else. For Ross, this became more of an interest. It became a way of life.
Oh, what could that mean?
Dum, dum, dum.
Goodness gracious.
So, yeah, very good. Remember listening to that? I think we were in New Zealand.
Oh, yes, we were. Yeah, I remember, in the van, going around there. Yes, windy roads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meanders.
Yeah, and here we are now.
Yeah, in the Push-Pull Health studio.
Yeah, so much better.
Starving.
Way better.
Literally about to chew my arm off.
Okay, there was some good stuff in there. We had to rush through it at the end, so... I'll start making my own separate videos to talk about some of this stuff. And also, we'll just bring it back up again. I'll save some of it and put it onto the next episode.
Okay, well, thank you all.
We've only got...
I'm hungry.
Oh, same. Yeah, I'm just saying, we've plenty of time. What's the rush?
I'm hungry.
In the future, when people get on the app and we get a couple more students... When we get on the app and we get a couple more clients into the Bushwell Studios, full time.
Yeah.
Doing this full time. Great.
I won't be.
I'd even consider potentially having a little Billy if it meant that you were off work. It was like, Fiona, what's your excuse now?
Who's going to look after
time
Billy?
in, I don't know, the Banshee.
Oh, right.
Get cares. Just leave him
We'll
home.
get a nanny.
He'll look after himself. Get in the studio 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Literally, I'll be just after giving birth to poor Billy and he'll be just like, right, Fiona, podcast on giving birth. How do you feel?
Well, that should get me some subscribers, shouldn't it? You put Billy here, don't you? Because people like the baby, don't they? Little Billy here, little Billy over there. Spin the camera around. Oh, little Billy, look at him. Oh, he's cute. Subscribe. I'd probably have to curb your language
Just
as well.
to let everyone know there is no Billy happening at the moment.
If people can guarantee they get on the app and I get some more subscribers, I'll consider it.
Right. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
cheers,
Goodbye.
man.
I'm starving. Push, pull, help. Pushing your help from the pulse of life. Adios.